Hey, I'm Marco and welcome to Barista. Today we're going to do a slightly different video than what I normally do, and we have been given this machine as a review from Arkel, and it's from Portugal, and it's a first look review. So it's not kind of like our normal machine reviews that we do. And I'm going to give you a warning right now. The manual's out, I'm making a few coffees, and you're probably going to see a middle-aged man get excited about a machine and just go through my observations with you. And yeah, we'll take it from there. As it's a little bit unscripted, this one, and it's going to be a little bit off the cuff, it might be best if we just move the camera around and I can show you around this machine with Scarlett behind the scenes, who edits our videos, coming along with me, and we'll explore this machine together. First of all, it's different to most of the machines we sell in the way that it looks. So aesthetically, it's very modern, sleek lines and a touch interface on the top. The frame, and when I picked it out of the box, it's really heavy. So it's stainless steel frames that are powder coated. There's glass here, and I've just read in the manual, they've made this machine to be rubber and glass and steel. It's meant to be built to last, and it really, you can feel that across the whole machine, how it's made, all the touch points. I even, when I was getting this out, I thought I'd scratch this lovely top tray, but it seems to be like a powder coated or a ceramic finish that is scratch resistant. I'm not too sure why other manufacturers don't do that. You can see the stainless, you know, the frame and the chassis of the machine is really well put together. And here we've got a plastic tray that collects the water, really easy to just pop in the sink and clean. So they've really thought about the overall looks, and the build quality is there. That's my first points with it before I go into making coffee. If we actually, something I've just noticed as well, before we get into the steam, but the top part here, where you go to see your reservoir tank, it's a nice curved bevel edge, so it just feels nice taking that off. Here we've got a reservoir tank that you can pull out. It's actually see-through. There's a lot of people that don't make see-through reservoir tanks, so when you pull it out, you can actually see where the water line is. Now I've got a nice D-scale marker there as well, and I'm trying to understand this top part. Most people will see this, it's like two separate sections, and I think they've done this to make the design look really crisp, like an architectural line. I'm not too sure how it would look with the cup, but if you didn't have that, you'd have this ridge that loses the appeal. However, it's functional, because if you did want to use that, you can sit the cups there, and it is practical as well. And you've also got this section that still covers the reservoir tank. So it looked at first observations a bit strange, but with just extra thought in how they've done that, that is a nice feature. Moving on to this beautiful dual gauge with your pressures there. It's almost like it's inset, like a watch, you know, into the glass without that bevel. It's a real beautiful finish. And while you're here, Scott, I'm just going to give a blast on this steam. Oh, that is some serious steam power on there, and that's really tactile. It's almost like a throttle. That is really amazing steam power. So I'm going to love looking inside the machine and seeing how it's delivering that steam. I've not even got onto this, which I know is a profile or a pump profile throttle or knob or gear stick as well, and again it's got that lovely tactile feel about it. I'm going to spin you around to this side as well. We'll go into the accessories in a minute, and I'll talk about these because these are beautiful as well. But here you have an on-off switch and a steam boiler on-off, so you've got the ability just to turn on the espresso machine. And what I did notice, it was ready in 10 or 11 minutes to make espresso. But if you don't want to turn on the steam, you've got the option to really easily, just an on and off on the side as well. Another thing I've just noticed as well, you have an OPV, so you can actually change the pressure of the pump. So, you know, that's another lovely feature to have externally. Okay, and another observation I've just made, it's just been using this handle. It's just really premium quality, and I would argue that is full stainless steel. So it's not a powder, oh sorry, not a chrome plated brass. Lovely quality there. It looks like a competition nano quartz basket, which will probably lead me on to the accessories. Oh, I don't know if you can see here, you've got these Barista lights. So that's good for me, bleary-eyed in the morning. I can actually see what I'm doing. And while we're here as well, look at this. I love hot water taps that you can sit on the tray. And again, bleary-eyed in the morning, you can then just dose your hot water out. And I know with this machine as well, you can program the amount of water you want in your favorite cup. But just this alone, sitting on a drip tray rather than hanging on the edge, that again is a lovely feature. So yeah, let's move on to the rest of the accessories while we're here. So you get a lovely manual actually. It's good to go through, and it guides you through the machine and pulling shots. You have normally that's lovely stainless steel handle here. Again, a really hefty feel tamper, wooden accent, stainless steel base. Your blanking disc for maintenance. And I just don't know why other people don't do this, but this is such a fantastic idea, this Brita taste aroma. So if I guide you back to the reservoir tank, hard water areas, you can actually fit that Brita into there, and it will give you then soft filtered water, and it will prevent your machine from scaling up. Fantastic to see. Well done, Arkel, on that. Right, so I've just grabbed the tape measure. We'll do the tail of the tape like I do normally in the videos, but this is a bit random and scripted in an order. But here we go. We've got 32 centimeters width, and we have a depth of, if you can see that, 37.5 centimeters, and we have a height of just a little bit over 40 centimeters. So it's taller than some of our other machines. Another observation I've just made though, you've got the steam arm on the right hand side. So if you do have a coffee corner in mind and it's to one side, a lot of the machines we sell always have the steam arm on the left. So this might favour some people with where they position the coffee in their kitchens. So overall, a small footprint will fit on all standard 600 counters, and yeah, good all round. Okay, so we've gone round to the back of the machine because I want to know what's going on, because it looks like it's a dual boiler saturated group. It came up to temperature really quickly, so I imagine it's going to be quite efficient. It's got these little Allen keys, so I'm just going to start undoing this, and obviously I'll take the reservoir tank out, but yeah, then we can have a look inside and see what's going on. Okay, I'm going to reveal this. Take this top panel off here. Oh, I don't know if you can see this, Scarlett, but yes, we have a saturated group. We have braided Teflon pipes, nice clips here, and yeah, that looks like it's about a half a litre. I'll double check, I think it's in the manual, let me just see. A 0.7 litre brew boiler, saturated group, so the boiler and the group head are all one and the same thing, and I imagine there's going to be some type of cartridge element in here to keep it lovely and consistent. This must be a flow regulator here. I'm just going to take the back section off, and there's just two other Allen key screws here that just need to be undone. Okay, so I've just undone the two screws here, but actually while I'm down here, I can see it's got these lovely stainless steel, and they're screw-in feet, and that, I love this because you can actually adjust them, because sometimes people's worktops are all not the same level and the espresso can come out uneven, so the ability to adjust changes can change the height of the machine, and this is a lovely feature as well. So this back piece now should come off. Ah, yes, so it's got two pumps, and they're OLAB pumps, so they're quite silent. Well, they're known as silent pumps, mounted to reduce the noise as well. But this is fantastic. So what this is, I'm sure it is, but I'll double check. So don't trust everything I'm saying, because this is just my first look and observation. But you can have one pump dedicated to your pump profile, and then if the reservoir tank needs to fill the steam boiler, you've got a separate pump to do that. So you've got a dedicated pump just to do the extractions of your coffee. This is a lovely touch. I've seen this in the Ranchio Pro X and a machine that we did many years ago called the Orchestrale Nota. But yeah, this is great to see. And again, the build quality, you can see the OPV valve there. This is all exquisitely made in a nice stainless steel chassis. Another thing I've just seen putting this together is most of the machines we sell, the cup trays, the warming trays, you can't put wet cups on them. But this is, because this is one piece and you're screwing it in into place, I think even if you did forget, there's not much of an area at all for water to, you know, ingress into the machine. And yeah, so as the cup's around, it's actually really quite functional as well. So I'm just going to test this with a K-type thermocouple, just because I was so, you know, excited to see there's got a saturated group, you know, solenoid valve in there, so there's hardly any moving parts. So I just want to see what its consistency is like. So we've got it set to 93 degrees. We've got a little bit of water coming through this handle, which I don't mind, because it'd be escaping in a with a normal coffee shot anyway. And I can see it's really holding that temperature well. You can see on here, I mean, a variance of 1 to 2 degrees. That is really good from the set point for like a duration of 20 seconds there. I'm going to run this a few times and get a good average as well. Yeah, it's holding throughout the extraction. You know, so brew temp consistency is ticking the boxes here. So I don't know if you noticed when I was just using the skate handle, you've got an integrated shot timer there, which is always a nice feature. And I just also noticed you've got a competition IMS shower screen in the group head. So everything's been carefully thought about. So I'm just going to quickly go into the menu. Here. So you press into the menu icon and you can just go through. I'm not going to go into too much depth in this because of the type of video it is, but this is just the pre-infusion on or off. You've got an eco mode there. You have a steam boiler priority where you can turn the steam boiler on or off, or it can start with the machine. You've got a cleaning mode, and you've also got a descaling mode on there. So yeah, nice features all round in a nice simplified menu. These blue lights have given me a thought of a grinder to pair up with this, so just give me a few seconds and I'm going to set something up. Okay. Yes, blue light, blue light. So an Italian and a Portuguese go into a bar. What happens? It's a coffee bar, and let's find out. Oh. The answer is a fruit bomb. There you go. Wonderful pairing. Eureka Mignon Turbo, the Arkel Coast. That is fantastic. Also, this is an absolute pleasure to work and be involved with as the extraction's happening. So this gives you a first 6 second of pre-infusion, and it's a pump profile, so you can restrict the amount of pressure the pump is putting onto the coffee. So you can explore and experiment with different flavors. If you know you want to bring out some more fruitiness, want to bring out some more sweetness, or however you want it to be, you've got this ability here to tweak the extraction as it's happening. and it's just great, that feeling of interacting with the machine as the espresso is extracting. And that also leads me to something that often happens. You're down to your last bit of coffee from your last favourite bag of wherever you're buying it from. This here is one I'm loving at the moment, the Honduras Abajura, but you've only got a small amount left and it's just coming through just a little bit too quick. You've got the ability here, just on the fly, to just slow that pre-infusion, and you can save a bad shot as well. So yeah, that is a wonderful feature. I'll just quickly mention here on the turbo, this isn't a stock hopper, this is a hybrid, so you can single dose with it as well. And I love traditional hoppers, and this you can put in 40 to 60 grams if you want to use it that way, or you can just put your 18 in and you've still got a bellow push as well. So this is a nice little additional extra, and you know, you can see that online at the Barista website. So we'll do the obligatory flat white shot. Also, having no brew lever here, it means you've got nice access. You want to put 2 cups in or however. I'm just going to go manual on this. This is really great here because you've got a rocker switch on here if you just want to kind of feather touch it, or down for as much steam as you want and more control. If you can see, it's at 2 bar of pressure, so there's lots of steam power in this little 1 litre boiler machine. So here we go. That is fantastic steam power. Always purge. Look at that lovely velvety texture. There we go. Okay, so how do I sum this machine up? It's something I was very surprised to see, and I hope you've enjoyed me exploring this machine, and please feel free to drop any comments in. The more comments we get on the videos, the better, because if you like this type of video, I would certainly like to do it more. I'd also like more manufacturers to send us bits as well. I think this machine, it offers something different to what we have in the range. If you've got a sleek modern kitchen, you know, like some lovely insect cookers, this is going to really fit in well. But one of the things I quite like is you're going to have a coffee enthusiast friend who's just going to glance at this and maybe think, oh, it could be a bean to cup machine or something that they're going to probably say, oh, this isn't going to be very good. And this machine will completely blast their socks off, and they won't expect it. And it's kind of like a wolf in a sheep's clothing, but it doesn't look like a sheep. It is a wolf. Scrap that. If this was a machine, and I'm going to show my age a bit now, I think this is like the Knight Rider of coffee machines. So I don't know if anyone can remember Michael Knight, David Hasselhoff, but if he had a coffee machine, this would be it. This would be Kit in his $1 million pad. Yeah, maybe if I can get a watch and it can talk to this machine, I'll be really happy. But it's got big ticks in the box for me in lots of areas, and I can see this fitting in many people's kitchens. Scarlett, can we put Knight Rider theme music in the video at the end? Are we allowed to do that? So where does this rank? Well, it's a pump profile, saturated group, dual boiler, twin pump. So it's in this new kind of evolving quick heat up dual boiler side of the high-end home market. So this is going to compare with Leonard Elizabeth, Rancilio Pro X's, the new Profitec Move and the Micra. this looks completely different to all the others, and it has some really standout features that we've gone through already. I'm super excited about this machine. I want to learn a lot more about it, but we think at the moment, tentatively, it's going to be priced in around about the £2,000 area. So if you like this video and want to see more of these type of videos, please remember to like us, subscribe to our channel, and drop any comments in the video below. See you next time.